Hello. I'm starting my second painting in the series that I'm working on of painting daily. I'm doing this to not only sort of exercise my brushstroke, my painting chops. Okay. I used to paint every day. I used to teach, but I got caught up in taking care of my husband the past 3 years, but the studio closed about a little over a year after, a little longer than a year before my husband actually passed away. And so I just sort of, just sat it to the wayside. And it wasn't till, occasionally I still did commissions. There were still things I did. Painting is so much of my life. It's never completely gone. But to really paint just for me, that was sort of sat up mostly to the wayside. And January, or around Christmas, somewhere in that time frame, my husband asked me to paint him. He said he wanted me to paint him. And so I did. And I still have some details on that I want to fix before I even share it. But it was mostly finished during my time as I sat with him. And it was a younger picture of him. It was a picture when we first sort of got together. And that in itself became really helpful to me, because there were some times when he was in the hospital at the end where I couldn't stay overnight, just the circumstances. He lived but he was in a room with another person, and there really wasn't space for me to stay in there as well. But I'd be there from morning till as late as they'd let me stay. Then I'd come home and I'd try to do stuff and sleep, So when I came home, that painting was sitting there on the wall next to my bed, and I would talk to it. I would say goodnight to it. It was a positive thing for me. It helped me. It truly did. And I think when my husband asked me to paint him, not only did he want there to be images of him that are just around, like the paintings of the wall, which I think was a big part of that, because he wants to be alive so that our grandbabies remember him, and that he's still just sitting around with our family. And but I think he knew it would help me. So since then, I've done another painting of him that I've shared here on YouTube, where he's holding our orange cat Leonard, and that one I had at his celebration of life that we had for him. And I actually had the other painting too, even though it was I still have to fine tune it. But I feel like, painting him and doing this, it's been helpful to me. So what I'm working on this series now, where I'm painting daily, At the moment, I'm not saying they're always going to be about my husband or my husband and I, but I started out, I've had in my head for a while this dream that I had when he first got sick. And it sort of just brought me to a day in the life of us, sort of when we were first dating, but kind of like us in an alternative reality. And because it wasn't exactly us, it was a dream, but it was beautiful, and the imagery, and the feeling and everything. And I've had this in my head, and so I want to get it down on paper. So I did one, and they're real loose paintings. They're just, I did one, and I just finished that the first 3 days, that, daily painting, which I could finish a painting in a day, but I'm sort of trying to pace myself. I just tell myself, if I paint for 5 minutes, then that's good. And I don't think I've painted for 5 minutes once in those times, but it sort of like opens the door for me. And better to, sort of push yourself into painting, have these expectations of yourselves so that you can get stuff done. And, I have so many things going on in my head that I want to get out there, and I have to push myself to make them happen. Otherwise, they're just going to be in my head, and what's the point of that? So, I'm sort of trying to translate them from my thoughts onto paper here. And that's just, the first project I'm working on right now. So this is the second painting in that series from the dream. First one, he sort of has my hand. It's long. He's running on a dock, and you mostly can just see the back of my hair sort of flowing, and he's running, and there's the beach and the moon and lights, and this scene that I'm working on right here is actually in the dream that happened right before that scene, before we got close to the ocean where the pier was. And this is closer to sort of the Boardwalk area that we were at, because we live in a beach town. And we used to, when we were first dating, we used to walk every day after work, and we would just walk for hours, talk and just walk, and we'd find places, we'd stop and we'd hang, and but mostly it was just spending time together. It was just hanging out and being together. And that's what sort of this dream was. Us being together. And I'm trying to capture it somehow. Just that energy, that capture a little of him. There's a movie called 50 First Dates. And in that movie, and if you've seen this, which I'm sure lots of people have, it's an Adam Sandler movie, but Drew Barrymore's in it as well, and her character has brain damage from a car accident, and she forgets everything that happened the day before, so her short-term memory is gone. And she has a relationship with Adam Sandler, and she loves him, but she feels like she's holding him back. So she decides to just forget that they are together, and she erases all the stuff that she wrote in the journal about him, and she goes to this hospital where she works, sort of with people that are like her. And she ends up, he comes to see if she still remembers him. And she's ended up, even though she can't say that she remembers him, she painted, hundreds of images that was of his likeness in all these different forms. And that's how I feel what I kind of want to do with my husband. And I just want to paint all these images of him. And so that's what I'm working on. Just painting these images and trying to bring who we were or what our was love into art. I want to turn this it's a hard time into something positive, into something beautiful. I want it to I want to transform it, because it's too overwhelming to sit there and let it be negative. And it's not even really, yeah, it's negative, he's gone, right? But it's negative because it was so positive. Because there was so much love. And I feel pretty privileged that I had that. Not everybody gets that. But I got it. I got to love him for 28 years. And that is a gift. It's truly a gift. And he'll always be a part of me. No matter what, he'll always be a part of me. We have our daughters. We have 4 daughters together. And we have 6 grandchildren as well. And they definitely help me with this whole thing. We sort of help each other. Because you gotta be there for each other. But, sorry about that. So, my goal is to sort of bring this together. And I want to do others, but I think if I do all these panels of from the stream, that they sort of tell a story. And that's what I'm working on, sort of telling stories with my art. So I want to bring that out. And hopefully it'll resonate to other people as well, that they'll get something from it, because but I am hoping it's going to help me ultimately. But if other people get something out of it, that's beautiful as well. I always think that painting and art are a great place for me to sort of meditate and refocus and a place for me to process my emotions and work through things I'm struggling with. And if you feel like that, or you have a longing to art, to do art, even if it has nothing to do with emotions, or you're trying to work through something, you just want to be creative, you want to get out there and you want to do something, do it. Play around with it. Grab some of those inexpensive craft acrylics from Walmart and paint on a piece of cardboard. You don't even have to, you could use coffee. People paint with all kinds of things. You could sit there and take your leftover coffee from the morning and a paintbrush or a Q-tip, because you don't have a paintbrush, okay? You could use your finger. So many things that you could do, and you could just start sort of sketching with coffee, okay? It works. It stains the paper, and you can sit there and just mess around with it. And that is, something you could do. There's so many things you can do and spend almost no money just to create, just to get out there. And it's important to not let things that you want to do go by, because life goes by really fast and things disappear. It's really important to take the pictures. I don't care if you are worried that you don't look perfect, or that you want to lose weight, or you want to be more muscular, or you want to have better clothes on, or anything like that. Take the pictures. Take the freaking pictures. Okay? You don't have to share them. You don't have to put them in there, but you will want them. The video, too. I wish I had more video. And it's not that I want to live in my past. Okay? It's not that I can't just sit around and just constantly be who I had and what I did have. I have to move forward. But I want to take these things and let them help me move forward. And I have these little kitties that you see running around here. On that right side, that is number 7. The white one that was there, that was Potato. Little Calico. They're troublemakers, but I love having them around. They've been healing in their own right. We always have cats around, but rarely do we have 3 kittens around. I mean, we've had kittens, because we're suckers, and people know that we've fostered kittens and animals, and we've homed a lot as well. I even helped take care of a colony of feral cats just outside of our property here that I can't help it. They're too cute, and people have a tendency to drop them off back here in my neighborhood because it's sort of secluded. It's woods on a big area, and they have a tendency to sort of drop them off. But we have worked with the county to get some of those animals fixed if we can catch them. It's not always easy, but I feed them. I'm sure they still have to fend for themselves, but I feed them. And I just love animals. But these little guys are a pleasure to have in our house. There's the third one too that's running around, little girl. She's probably sleeping somewhere. She has a tendency to go curl up in a little ball and disappear. But this is going to be just the painting that I'm working on here. This is just going to be part one. I'm not sure how many parts there's going to be, but this will just be part one. And if you look into the daily paintings, I don't know if I know I marked the last two of the other with part 2 and part 3, but I'll try to be better by adding the part and then the name of the picture, so that it'll be easier to find. But I also did in the one that I just finished, and I put out the whole video. Like, I put all the videos together, sort of sped it up so you could watch the whole series in one thing, not in real time, but sped up so you could see it. And I also did a short, so it was super sped up as well. So 2 options. One's a sort of medium sped up. I think the whole thing took me like an hour and a half. The other picture with the 3 different sessions. I think one was like a half hour, one was 45 minutes. I think one was 15. And I think the short one, I think I broke it down to maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, the first, and then the little short, it was whatever, a minute and a half. So you don't want to watch the long thing. You can go watch the short, and it'll speed through the whole thing. And I'll do the same thing with this. I will do however many parts it is, 1, 2, 3, whatever, and then I'll give it with the title of the picture so that it'll be easier to find. And when I'm done, I will do all of the pictures, sped up together in one film. So it'll be easier than if you don't want to watch the long videos, because I know they can be dry just sitting there watching them. But some people, when I used to work in the studio, sometimes we'd paint stuff just for the studio, so we'd be in there painting, or if I would go and be helping someone and whatever, people are fascinated watching people paint. I'm always surprised, but I guess I shouldn't be, because I watch people paint too. It's one of the things I do on YouTube all the time, is watch people paint. So, and I paint myself, so you can always learn by watching other people or get inspiration. So, going to look at other people's work is good, as long as you don't let it hold you back. There's always going to be people that are worse than you and people that are better than you, and a lot of times it's not either or. Okay, it's just they're different than you. There's no standard when it comes. It's however you want to express yourself. It doesn't matter what other people say. Art is about expression, and people do it in all kinds of different ways. I know they like to put labels on things, and this is good and that is bad, but it's art, man. Just get out there and do it. Don't hold yourself back by what you think the standards are, or what you think the requirements are, or to get the fancy equipment, or to get the fancy paint. If you get to that point, right, if you work hard enough, you can always get that later. Anyway, have a great night.